Hello. It's the Berman Sermon with me, Red Rackham, yeah. So yeah, some evening vibes from me tonight. Normally I broadcast during the day, but today I'm feeling like some night vibes. It's me, Red Rackham, with the Berman Sermon for the next hour or so. A little bit of music and chat and vibes for you. Funny day today and dance music I'm sure you've all seen online. Going to be chatting a little bit about that later. I've got a little bit of a unpopular take on it, but there you go. Hope you're all doing well. Shouts to Jay, tuned in from Austin, Texas. Hello, sir. Evening session from me. Had quite a nice day, actually. Not my most, what's the word, constructive day, but I enjoyed it nonetheless. So yeah, one deck business from me, no mixing, just playing tunes like you were hanging around my house, which pre-lockdown would have been nice, wouldn't it? But of course right now we can't have any visitors. But I hope you're feeling the vibes. Just had the most amazing dinner courtesy of my lovely wife Mai. She made what she calls a pilaf, which is basically just not fried rice, kind of, not fried rice as such, but, like vegetables, rice, bit of tomato puree, bit of butter, some consomme, sort of Japanese seasoning. Nice, pretty veggie. And then we had this amazing salad, which was spinach, cucumber, and celery, but with smoked tofu, which we got from the bio shop, the vegan shop. And the dressing is amazing. It's olive oil, lemon, salt and pepper. Sounds really simple. Tastes amazing. So nice. The balance, Always grateful for some nice food, as you can see. Big shouts to Pete Jordan. Yes, Jay, I am talking about Feedback Gate. And I want to hear what people think about that, because like I say, my view is not maybe the most popular view, but I'm an artist. And I think a lot of the people taking pot shots right now are not artists, or they're not like, people who've released a lot of records and maybe, done it as a career. It seems to be a lot of pot shots being taken right now on social media. So I just want to say, by the way, I'm taking it personally on a karmic level of, I've said some negative shit before many times, and although I wasn't directing it to somebody personally, it did hurt people when I said that, because if it's something that you resonate with, someone is insulting you if they say something really kind of negative. So, I'm now, when I'm looking at how toxic things are on social media, and I'm looking at the bad vibes, and also, the fact that, it's very easy to just criticize people when you don't even know them. I'm really taking umbrage from that myself, because I'm trying to realize how it felt in the past when I was a dickhead, when I was mean and nasty and, angry and frustrated. Now, I understand the collective consciousness right now. People are sort of hurting and, confused and stuff. But, sorry, but haven't people got the right to do what they want and to try and make a business and try and, forward themselves? And, no DJ's making money right now from DJing. So if you're not really, obviously, if you're really, really, really rich, I can see that it might seem cynical to try and do some kind of business. But it doesn't really create a nice environment for people to try things, does it? If anyone sticks their head above the parapet, it's like, oh, F you, you're a faker, you're a, sellout, just trying to make... sorry, but there's loads of people in dance music who've made a shed load of money, right? An absolute ton of money. And I want an environment where it's encouraged for people to actually, try things and try and be, original and try new things. But right now, it feels like, if anyone raises their head above the kind of the trenches, they get machine gunned down by the know-it-alls on social media. I guess I was one of those people, so what can I say? Anyway, I'm going to stick some music on. But I want to talk about this because I think we're getting in danger of basically it being a bit kind of Nazi, where, it's people just basically saying, yeah, I think this, and everyone just jumping on it and everyone being outraged and, I kind of feel like there's a sort of context here, which is that it's not really an environment where people are going to really try and actually take a chance and push themselves. I think for music to be better, we need more people who aren't involved and who are up and coming and new to, come through and try and make some tracks, try and be a DJ, try and make a radio station. And I think all these massive, horrible takedowns of people and all this vitriol is not creating an environment where people are going to dare take chances. And I'm saying that as someone who, I know so many talented people, right, who say, oh yeah, I'm never going to put a record out, or, there's no point, or, oh, it's not good enough, And they're the people who've got the amazing tunes. They're the people who've got the anthems, the quality that's missing, because obviously dance music's become this kind of grey, corporate zone. So I want to say to everyone is, remember, when you're kicking off on social media and dissing stuff and being all moody and, there's someone out there who's going to give up, who's going to say, no, I'm not going to bother because everyone's going to laugh at me. Everyone's going to just diss me, So it's that's my little preaching. I'm sorry, I'll put some tunes on. But that's my point. I'm just trying to say, like, that there's this, the negativity on social media is not conducive for people being creative and for people taking risks and pushing themselves out of their comfort zone. It's just a load of people who are like know-it-alls who probably wish that they had made it, or, had their aspirations for being, and they're just haters, man. They're just haters, and it's tall poppy syndrome. Anyone who's actually doing something innovative, it's like, ooh, what about him, or what about her, and oh, did you see that, and a load of gossip and a load of crap. And it reminds me actually of when I used to go to clubs in the 90s, in about 1994-95 in Edinburgh, and people said it was cliquey. And I remember, actually feeling that, like you were this young person, you didn't know many people, you weren't included in things, there was the inner sanctum in the club, the important people, the hierarchy, and And I'm seeing this rearing its head again in dance music through, I think, this social media bullying and this nasty kind of vibe of like, oh, you know, how dare you? And can't we just live and let live a little bit, folks? Can't we just, like, you know, just let people be? If someone's a dickhead, then, you know, they're a dickhead. You don't need to tell them. You don't need to... I mean, really, if you think about it, if you're trying to convince somebody that what they're doing is wrong, or that they're a wanker, or... It's basically just fascism. You're just forcing your idea. If they're wrong, let them be wrong. If they're, you know, a horrible person, let them be horrible. Leave them. Don't fight them. I think people are taking, you know, these very erroneous kind of little things, and they're using it as an outlet. They're using it as a channel for their crap. And it's easy to be like, oh, well, you know, he did this, so I kicked his head in, or, you know, I burned his house down because he did this, or, you know, and anyway, overreactions, I feel. I think it's very easy. Might is right. It's very easy for people to be like, well, we're right, so we're going to just be completely, you know, really aggressive and shitty. So, come on, everybody. Yeah, just, you know, let's chill, you know? And like I say, you know, people learn their own way. They don't learn from you stamping on their head. They don't learn from you tipping out their school bag in a puddle and everyone laughing in a circle, which is what's happening, let's face it. Humiliating people does not bring, you know, green pastures of recovery. It just those people who are being humiliated, they're going to harbour a grudge forever. They're not going to be like, oh, you know what, I so deserved that. I so deserve to have 700 people on Facebook saying I'm a cock. So anyway, that's my little thought on it. I just want to say peace in the valley, as we used to say in Scotland. You know, and let's get some good vibes back. Come on, folks, let's get some good vibes. So yeah, apologies for the ranting, folks. But you know what? I feel passionately right now. I feel like, you know, I want to spread some good vibes and, you know, not just say everything's great, cool. I want to say, hey, you know what? This isn't cool. Let's be cool. Yeah, it's called the Berman Sermon for a reason, folks. Hey, Jane, great to have you tuned in. Jane tuned in all the way from Fife, Scotland. Say hello to Tom from me, please. I'm just tired of this sort of horrible, superior cronyism crap on social media. And it's not just in dance music, it's also about the lockdown and, oh, did you see this? And how dare they? And, you know, it's like, I understand that we're all getting a bit feral, but, you know, let's stop judging people, folks, you know? Because all you are is judging yourself in the end. The people that are most judgmental are just projecting their own self-judgment, and most of the times the things that they're kicking off about are actually issues that they have that lie within themselves, and they're hurting other people because they can't actually deal with them themselves, you know? And yeah, I took my medication today. Haha. And yeah, big shouts to everyone who's tuned in. And thanks for sticking with me. But I wanted to get that off my chest. I just think, you know, what's wrong with someone saying, hey, you know, pay me 30 quid and I'll give your track some feedback if they've got a 25-year career and they've remixed some really, you know, top artists? What's wrong with that? I'd like to see how qualified the people that are telling him that he can't do that. Where's their glittering careers? Where's their musical knowledge? Just sounds a bit jealous to me, really, doesn't it? And for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, a DJ called Steve Lawler was part of a company who they were going to charge £30 for track feedback, and people went crazy about it. But listen, I've for the last 10-15 years, I've had people constantly asking me for feedback and expecting me to write an email, expecting me to, and sometimes when I have done that, they haven't been able to handle it because I've said, well, you know what, you've got the same shaker for 9 minutes through your track because you're using Ableton and you forgot to mute a channel, and you've just copied and pasted all the way along. People don't want to hear the feedback if it's not like, oh, I love your track. So I've done co-production probably on about 500 tracks and never got any credit or nothing. So all it is half the time is people, they just want your expertise. They just want to suck you and go, oh yeah, help me with my tune, and then it's their name on the tune. So what's wrong with saying to somebody, hey, you know what, that's going to take me an hour, 2 hours, maybe bung me 30 quid. Or I did mix engineering for a friend of mine recently on a record that's just come out, and he paid me proper money, yeah, and he's not that rich, he's not like some rich guy, and I spent 2 days mix engineering his record, and it came out, and I don't have a credit, but that's all good, he paid me. What's wrong with that, What's wrong with paying people who have expertise? Do you think it's fair to say to some, person who's basically trying to set up a dog grooming business, and you're like, oh, you chancer, you hate dogs, don't you? You don't even like dogs, I know you don't like dogs. I saw you kick a dog in the park 9 years ago. How dare you? I'm looking to see if the listeners all leaving in droves. But it's called the Berman Sermon for a reason, folks. Well, for me, I just want to be like, who are these mind police? Who are these mind police? That are literally trying to get inside your brain and say, oh, you can't do that because I'm gonna get all my mates and we're gonna gang up on you and tell you that it's like the internet version of Kristallnacht or something. No offense to anyone who lost any family there, but I have Jewish heritage, so I guess I'm allowed to say that. But you know what I mean? It's like, come on, folks, stop with this fascist crap. Anyway, big love. I'm Red Rackham. This is the Berman Sermon. Hello to Sebastian Botzo. Great to have you tuned in, sir. Shouts to Slysmic, the man who basically told me to do Twitch. So he is the author, the forefather of this show. Shouts to Tom and Jane up in Fife. I'm going to stick some more music on. Shouts to Med's Dead. Shouts to Jay Arriagada. Yeah, it's starting to work. I can say your name now. Big shouts to everyone tuned in. And I think I'm the lucky owner of 2 copies of this. It's by Wooda Boogie, who now does mastering. He's called Wouter in Holland, Amsterdam. And it's on Dopeness Galore, which I think was Rush Hour affiliated. But yeah, this is dope record, this. Check this out. Yeah, so folks, if you want to support me, please share on social media or whatever. You don't have to. But yeah, Twitter, Instagram, whatever, it all helps, folks. Or I can just have a personal conversation with you every day for the rest of my life. and you can watch my house slowly, everything be sold, you know, and I end up where I'm just like Shaun Ryder in Jamaica. I'm just naked. I've sold all my clothes, just sitting here naked on like a deck chair because I sold my nice fancy studio chair. I mean, we can do that if you want, you know. If you think that I shouldn't start a new business, you know, in case, you know, I'm not qualified. There's some weird crackling going on. I'm sorry. What's that? So yeah, big shouts to everyone. If there's a subject that you want me to rant about, you know, hit me up in the chat room. I'll give it my best shot. Or if you just want me to shut up and play records, I can also do that. Okay folks, so I'm going to play the test pressing game. I'm going to show you a series of test pressings. I have no idea what they are, and you just have to basically tell me which one you want me to play. And I often write descriptions on them, so when I'm DJing I actually know what they are. So they might have like, you know, jazzy beat or... So I'm going to show you them, and you're going to tell me which one you want me to play. I'll read the descriptions as well. This one is... It looks like LP04. And in my silver pen I've written on it A1 Smacky, A2 Warm Up Disco. I guess that means that B1 and B2 weren't to my liking. And then we've got here FAFEP 003 Faith, and I've written B1 B2 on that. You're getting to see the inner workings of a DJ with this, you know, the inner mind workings. JIR002 JLR maybe, and I've written mellow on it. Mellow. Borg 003. I don't think I was into this one, so don't tell me to play it, okay? ELE003 A-side. Good. I love that. deep comments there. I think that's it. So yeah, anyone, I'm thinking that A1 Smacky might be quite good, but okay. Well, it's funny that you should say the stuff coming out of Iceland, Slice Bit, because Borg, the label, is actually from Iceland. That one, but I don't think I was feeling it. I think it was by the organ grinder. So JLR Mellow, please. Okay, so first we're going to have A1 Smacky. And then Jane wants JLR Mellow. Okay, I've got no idea what these are like, so if they're rubbish, don't blame me. It's nice and interactive, this, isn't it? You know? Like, hey, you choose the music. Okay, A1. It says A1 Smacky, A2 Nice Disco, and then on the other side, 1 Nice Disco, 2 More Banging. With a sort of silver pen. I've got some kind of silver pen going on. Where did I get the how did I get this silver pen? I guess it must have been my wife's. I don't really see myself having a silver pen. Oh yeah, that does sound quite smacky. Hope it's the right speed. Could be the wrong speed. Never know with stuff like this. I mean, that could be the wrong speed, right? No, it's the right speed. Like, how smacky is smacky?
There was no one to talk to.
I love the way this is an A side. A1. Yeah, let's give him this one. This will really bang it in a club. That's some Ivan Smaggy kind of stuff, isn't it? Oof. So Ali's just joined us. We're playing a test pressing game, Ali, where I just hold up random test pressings and read out my descriptions and then people choose them. This is A1 Smacky. You know, we entertain all creeds on my show. Smacky is okay sometimes. Ali, I come from a fishing village in Scotland. You shouldn't make jokes like that, okay? Wow, there's someone just going on the track. Okay, Slysmic has spoken. I don't pish. Okay, this sounds better. Simon, you were the one who chose it. You chose Smacky. It's your fault, mate. Some DJ you are. You stick to the graphic design, son, and I'll... yeah, Sai says it's... yeah, some cut shit. It's more like the bicarb, son, you know? It's a bit more like it. Giving you a unique insight into the problems when I'm DJing. Can you imagine having all these records and you don't know any of them are? And you just have to stick them on and hope and pray. So yeah, it's the Berman Sermon with me, Red Rackham, yeah, oh yeah. Karaoke roulette, Jay. Oh yeah. So yeah, playing some records for you tonight with a constantly changing light because my head's in front of it. That's kind of random, isn't it? Oh yeah. Putting the Apple MacBook Pro webcam through its paces. I DJ'd in New York in November at a place called the Black Flamingo, which I think was somewhere like Greenpoint or, you know, Bedford Stuyvesant or Williamsboro or somewhere like that, you know, some hipster place. But it's the guys from Soul Clap who are part of running it, and it's got this really amazing basement. It was the kind of vegan Mexican restaurant upstairs, and it was nice but very busy, very hot. And I wasn't expecting much. I was expecting just some little basement, and they had clip-shorn speakers, so like really, really high quality kind of audiophile sound system. And yeah, and it was amazing. It was me and Eli from Soul Clap and Michael the Lion, who DJs as DJ APT1. I think he was from somewhere like Dallas or somewhere. And yeah, I DJ'd my whole set with all these records that Norm Talley had kind of helped me buy in Detroit. So I wanted to play vinyl because it was quite a vinyl-y kind of vibe, and also I had loads of disco. So I played like about an hour and a half, and I literally had never heard any of the records. I'd like checked them in the shop when I bought them, And it was so funny because people were like, "Hey man, what's this?" And I'm like, "I've got no idea." You know, so it worked out all right. There was a couple of turkeys I put on, but I was just like, well, you know, it's kind of, I said, look, you know, if I put something on and it's crap, then I'll just take it off. So it was funny. I was pretty blasé about it all, but looking back on it, it was possibly a little bit, not arrogant, but maybe I wasn't taking it seriously enough. But it went well. It worked out pretty good. Some cool tunes got played. That was cool. That was really unexpected. I wasn't expecting much because I thought, oh, it's like a Mexican restaurant, so, you know, there'll be like a little, imagine this like little tiny little underground club. It was actually pretty big, and it was absolutely rammed, and it went off, and people were dancing, people were going crazy, like, and it was open until 6 or something. It was open really late, which was awesome. So yeah, had a great time. Okay, let's try JLR Mellow. Mellow Wonky. Well, that sounds encouraging, doesn't it? I mean, if I say wonky on it, that usually is a good sign. That means there's some kind of musical kind of, you know, something that's not just generic kind of Ableton straight kind of stuff. So give me a sec. Put this bad boy on. I think that's my, you know, that's my favourite sound in the world, I think, is the needle going down on the record. One of my favourite sounds. Okay, so I've got no idea what this is. Hope it's good. JLR 002. Sounds alright. Shouts to Jet Bazwari. Sorry, Bazrawi. I shouldn't try and say people's names, should I? I always get it wrong. Shouts to Jet. Do you think that's on the right speed? I think it is. Always slightly concerns me when I like check these like white labels and that, and I'm like, yeah, that sounds proper dope, you know, and it's just lying around my house. Like there's records that I tried to sell on Discogs that were really worth a load of money, and you know, basically I'd left them out of sleeves and they were all destroyed because I thought that they were not very good records. My bad. Big shouts to everyone who's tuned in on Facebook. Just to say, if there's a takedown, because Facebook sometimes takes things down because of the copyright, if you want to check me out on Twitch, it's takedown free. It's twitch.tv/red_Rackham, and you can also subscribe and follow me on there, which means that you get notified whenever I go on. So yeah, how nice is that? Because you know that you want to know every single move of mine, don't you? You know? When I take a dump, you know, you get a notification. It's just modern. And yeah, I was having a bit of a rant earlier about my feelings about this kind of online police stuff. So, you know, I'm not going to go back into it, but just everyone just remember that, you know, people in glass houses, and what is it? Take the plank of wood out of thine own eye before you take the speck of sawdust out of thy neighbour's, or some stuff like that. You know, there's all these sayings, because basically we should all be looking at ourselves, shouldn't we, really? I think we should all be judging ourselves rather than judging other people, because, you know, you're the only person that you can make a change with, ultimately. And if you want people to change, then you need to be the change. Some proper American self-help shit there, innit? Be the change that you want, yeah. Buy me a coffee. I'm joking. It sounds alright, whatever this record is. I quite like it. It's definitely very 2017 sounding. Sounds like someone was listening to some Max Grafe and some Rhythm Section. Shouts to Derek K. Shouts to T. Curran. Thanks everyone tuning in. Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately Twitch also mutes stuff, but it does it after you've done the show. It doesn't do it live, at least. But yeah, I'm not really sure how to get around it. Everyone's saying Mixcloud Live and all that, but is there a chat room on Mixcloud Live? Don't think so. Yeah. I mean, to be honest, ultimately in the future, I'd quite like to just talk, if I can, on Twitch. You know, I don't know if that'd be that exciting, but it'd be great if I could just stream myself, like, you know, tidying up my room or something, you know? Just stream, I don't know, choosing my clothes. Like, hey, what t-shirt should I wear today, gang? That's the dream. Just trying to work out what to play, folks. Haha. Arnold Jarvis. This is a proper good tune. Oh yeah. Now we're talking. You didn't lose me, Derek. I was just choosing what record to play. It's known as Dead Air. I quite like it. It's called not giving a shit while you choose the music and people are listening. But yeah, big shout outs to everyone who's tuned in. It's Red Rackham with the Berman Sermon. Yeah, Si, I'm up for doing some outdoor twitching, but I'd have to just do it on my phone, I reckon. So I guess I'd have to just walk about in the park or something. How does everyone feel about that? Can you handle me without music?
And time out for giving.
Yeah, that's true.
For caring. Take some time out for sharing. Understanding goes a long, long way. A little loving, ooh, makes you smile all day. It takes a little time to get it right. It's worth the time to make it right. You gotta take the time. You gotta take the time. Oh, baby, yeah. You gotta.
So the next one I'm going to stick on. It's one of those records that I don't think anyone really ever cared about when it came out. It's called Plattenspiel Motor Oil. Artist is Plattenspiel. Track is called Motor Oil. I really like it, actually. 2004. It says Australia. I thought it was Austrian, but my memory fails me. No, my memory doesn't fail me. Aha. Okay, it is Austrian. I'm talking shit. £7 for a vinyl.
Well, listen to what I'm trying to say. There's so many problems in the world today. Take some time and you will find you'll have a little more peace of mind. Can you hear me?
Yeah, DJing outside sounds a bit strange to me. I guess I could do something maybe with my computer if I had the battery going on it. That's an interesting idea. I could take my laptop to the park and DJ off my laptop. I wonder if I could do that. I could take my laptop to the park and I could tether it to my phone and use the 4G on my phone. It might work. And then I could use the webcam on my computer and I could play music off my computer. Ooh. Next up it's going to be like, yeah, tomorrow I could have some breakfast. I could put some socks on.
Is a little heart. What we need is a little peace. What we need, yeah, is a little hope. What we need is a little love. What we need is a little heart. You're right.
Okay, let's get this next one on. Plattenspiel, which I believe is German for record. Okay. Motor oil. Let me see. No. Yeah. Yeah, this one. Check this. This is cool. I like this one. It's a bit wild, but... Shouts to Pete Jordan and Slysmic, original Nottingham crew. I'm never going to play any break beats. Well, I'll play break beats, but not funky breaks, Pete. Come on. I'm only joking. Thank you, Jet. Jet says, liking the random casual selection and messing around. Hey, the show, it's all about that. Let's leave the formalities at home. Have an idea. So who's heard of Boogism and S-Max? Because the glitchiness of this, it's just reminded me of my friend S-Max. He did a great label with a guy called Fim, F-Y-M, in the 2000s. It's called Boogism. And they had a distribution deal from Compact. And I think they had some kind of big hit. And S-Max told me that Compact were always hoping for another hit, you know, so they kind of got this distribution deal, and every record that they released got progressively more and more weird, you know, and like, yeah. So yeah, Boogism's a great label, very glitchy, UK influenced as well. So yeah, it's sort of, I don't know, UK bassline glitch, micro house weirdo shit, I don't know. But yeah, I said to S-Max, oh, it's a bit micro housey, and he was like, I hate micro house. Do not say micro house. Ugh. Because for him, micro house was this kind of, you know, play. What they called? What's the name of that label from? It wasn't Playground. Bloody hell, my memory's awful. But yeah, micro house was a bit trendy in Germany. I think that S-Max was into dubstep when micro house was really trendy. Actually, I have to confess, poor S-Max, he came to my birthday party when I moved to Berlin. I think it was 2012. Did a birthday party in Loftus Hall with Andy Blake, I think was DJing. It was me and Andy Blake. And S-Max came to my birthday and gave me 2 Boogism records, and bear in mind Boogism records are worth quite a bit of money. I got given quite a few presents. That was when I just moved to Berlin, so people still gave me presents. They weren't like, they hadn't learned, you know, the true reality of me yet by that point. I'm joking. And I bloody left those records in the club. I think I got them back, but I remember him asking me like, oh, you know, did you like the records? And I had to tell him, I was like, shit, they're actually still in the club. This was about Wednesday or something. So, but he gave me more, and I bought some as well. I bought some from his record store that he works in. It's called Audio In. And it's just off Liebauer Strasse. No, it's on Liebauer Strasse in Berlin. Anyway, I'm going to stick on some Boogism. It's quite weird stuff, but you should dig it. Yeah, and the song titles are hilarious. S-Max is he's a really funny guy. Check this out, this one. This is brilliant. Sudden masculinity outburst. I mean, isn't that amazing? Cell phone induced bliss. Jackin' and freezing ultra realism. And then the EP titles are great as well, if I can try and read it. Make up to spa-like... wake up to spa-like perfection. Let's stick this on anyway, see what it's like. It's quite hard to read because it's all graffiti style. But yeah, it's like late night vibes, isn't it? So let's get the micro house on. Haha. Yeah, Playhouse. I kept thinking playgroup or playground for some reason. Playhouse. Yeah, that's it. Exactly. That's my Boogism collection. I mean, check this out. Taoist Afro Sputniks. What a great title.
It's where I wanna be. Deep inside. 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 It's where I wanna be.
No, Jay, I'm afraid I don't have that one.
It's where I wanna be. Deep inside. It's where I wanna be. Deep inside. It's where I wanna be. Let's get down, down, down. Deep inside is where I wanna be. Deep inside.
Yeah, it's pretty whacked out stuff. You have to remember that there wasn't that many people in Germany making stuff like this at this time. Definitely quite UK influenced. I think they were influenced by people like Christian Vogel and all those kind of, you know, the sativa techno guys, and also garage and dubsteppy stuff. It's one of those things though, like all the records look quite similar. They've all got like similar artwork. So I've never really got to know them all that well. Trying to DJ with them out in public sometimes is quite difficult because I never know what track to play. I don't want to write on them because they're my friend's records, you know, on his label. I don't want to write with any pen on them or anything. But yeah, I like this kind of vibe. Kind of not a million miles away from some Move D, that as well, if you ask me. Let's check out the Shaolin Toothpaste EP. I mean, I reckon it's S-Max who makes up those titles. I mean, what a genius. It's like onomatopoeic, that Shaolin Toothpaste. I love it. Okay, here we go. Bear in mind, this is A1, folks. Imagine what Compact said. We're not sure about this one, Max. If James Blake put this out, people would say it was genius. They'd be like, oh wow, I really know what he's meaning. I really understand the lyrics. It's about kind of being isolated in today's age and comparing yourself to other people. I guess there is some structure there. It reminds me a bit of Sheffield as well. I think it's definitely influenced by some bleep as well. I need to get to know these records, you know, and then I know which ones to play off them. I've got 5 and they all look really similar and they're all called crazy names and all the song titles are like, you know, abstract thought process from masculine error or something like that, you know. Hello, Jet. This is off, I think Shaolin Toothpaste EP or something like that. Let me check. Shaolin Toothpaste EP on Boogism. I don't know who the artist is. It could be Fim, F-Y-M, or S-Max. I think that was all the artists that they... Fim, actually, F-Y-M Fim, he's recently released some stuff on Titonton Duvante's label, which is called... Jay, you'll know what it's called. What's Titonton's label called? Residual? Is it Residual? But yeah, Fim, F-Y-M. He's dope. It's B-O-O-G-I-Z-M, Jet, I think. So Boogism, I think. Let me check. And that is actually written, that label, by S-Max himself, because he works in a record store called Audio in Berlin, and I bought this record from him in the store. S-Max is awesome. He's such a dude. Really nice guy. Yeah, we've always had some great conversations and stuff. Great, Jet. Be warned that some of the early ones are really expensive. I don't actually have the early ones because they're really pricey. There's a really good interview with S-Max, if you Google it. I think it's an Accelerator from a few years ago, because he suddenly had this resurgence. People discovered him. I think some trendy DJs like Nicholas Lutz or something, like, you know, one of the kind of minimally techie people, they started to play the Boogism stuff. So some journalists kind of went, ooh, what's this, you know? But shouts to S-Max, what a boy. He's told me some funny stories about when he was kind of touring, when he was doing the compact stuff. It sounds quite funny. And this is what I love about Berlin. You know, you go to a record store and you've got the guy who made this kind of music just chilling, working there. Yeah, that was what was so great about Berlin, was you could meet people like really easily, and they were normal people, you know. There wasn't this kind of weird hierarchy thing going on. Well, there was a bit. I mean, if you're a resident at Berghain, obviously you probably couldn't get to know them, but I tried. Yeah, so there's some pretty tasty stuff on this. It's all very peak time clubby, but I quite like it. It's not normal, is it? to Cyberwhore. Yeah, glad you like it. Ali, this is something on Boogism. It's on the Shaolin Toothpaste EP. It's either S-Max or FIM, FYM. Good shit. What it reminds me of as well is Hand on the Plough, which me and Ali know the guy who runs that. He's called Spandex from the UK, Matt Southall, I think his name is. Kind of reminds me of that as well, which is interesting because again he was connected to the kind of clever, the intellectual techno crew, so you know Christian Vogel and you know all those guys like you know Dave Terida and all that lot. Yeah, that's it, Jet. That's the EP. But yeah, it's interesting, this kind of connection with these people who do programming, these programmers and coders, and they make this really glitchy, clever kind of music. I like it. I mean, sometimes good dance music can be really dumb, and that's cool. You know, it's like real, you know, it's not meant to be clever. But other times when it's clever, it can be also really emotive. Yeah, so this is the last track on the B-side. It's called Exxon Valdez, baby. Which leads me neatly onto some Spandex. This is a track from his, I think the last record that he ever released, like last normal artist EP, Bermuda Triangle EP, on Hand on the Plough, which is his label. This is called Fourth Wall, and I love it. It's, yeah, really nice. It's a really nice electro thing, but then towards the end, this melody comes in, and it's amazing. No, Jay, I'm not familiar with Justin Maxwell. I need to check him out. So a little late night vibe going on now. Yeah, that's right, Ali. Yeah, that was a great party, you know. The Nash furniture store party in Nottingham. Proper warehouse vibes. Stick with me, Jay. You'll learn something, son. I'm joking. I would go as far to say Spandex is a genius. I mean, I know him a little bit, but yeah, he's a very, very clever man. Very clever. Into roller skating now, bizarrely, you know, well, not bizarrely, but yeah, like actual old school roller boots. He makes little videos of himself skating in the house, doing like little like backwards shit. He's getting quite good at it, actually. Shouts to Matt Southall, aka Spandex. So yeah, they were very experimental, these guys. I liked it. Kind of a bit Herbert-y, bit like Herbert, but like if he was a lot more high-tech and techno-y, if that makes sense. What I like about these guys is they had like world-class skills, but they sort of entertained themselves. They entertained themselves by making really silly tracks. Yeah, I can put on Cocks and Fannies if you want, Ali. Cocks and Fannies, they did it the thing is, all their stuff on the label was all about penises, right? So the label name is Hand on the Plow, and then they did this track as Pleated Lemon, which, you know, you can use your imagination what a pleated lemon is. Yeah, so Cocks and Fannies is like kind of acoustic guitar, I don't know what you call it really, just weirdo acoustic guitar music, but kind of entertaining. There's a track on it called Carl Cox and Friends, which is quite funny. They just kind of go Carl Cox and Friends and kind of, yeah, repeat it. Funny guys. Ah, yeah, the Cox and Fanny's got B minor on it, which is really, really good. I'll put B minor on it. It's where Matt is singing through a vocoder, but he's basically deliberately playing like the wrong notes or something. It's kind of funny. Anyway, I'll let you put it on. It's quite funny. Check it. Okay, so this is Cox and Fannies, which if you're not from the UK, it basically means penises and vaginas. Yeah, Jet, I totally know what you mean. Knobcore, perfect. It's because they've got senses of humour. They can't make serious music. They just can't. This is proper. Amazing mix engineering as well. Oof. Also sounds a bit like Kevin Ayres. It's got that 60s kind of I think Blur just ripped off the Kinks, didn't they, Ali? Tell you what, I forgot how much I like this. This is awesome. Why don't I listen to more stupid music? Really well made stupid music. Okay, Ali. Yeah, well, it was distributed by Baked Goods, who are connected with Pelican Neck? No, small. What's the name of that website in Manchester? The one that you used to buy all your techno from? Boomcat. That's it. Yeah. Yeah. So Baked Goods was the Boomcat distribution company. Hence, you probably getting hold of it. Okay, check this one.
It doesn't matter what note I sing, 'cause I got an auto-tune plug-in. It's gonna change the pitch to make it right. It doesn't really matter what note I sing. I'm not kidding you, I could be singing in G. It doesn't fucking matter, it could be E. Or, it is in B minor.
Yeah, Small Fish. Remember Small Fish? Small Fish was maybe a shop and there was Pelican Neck or something. I don't know, there was a connection. Proper like 2000s math techno vibes. for people who like Stasis.
Friends. Call Cox and 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 friends.
Ah, okay. Thank you, Jay. You know a lot, Jay, about like geeky techno stuff, don't you? No offense. Good, your encyclopedic knowledge. So this is the Laszlo Beckett remix. So they were a duo, I think, Laszlo and Beckett. Again, amazing. And it was connected to Spy Music, which was a guy called Paul Spymania, I think. And then he went off and did Substance with Scuba at Berghain, a big dubstep night. So yeah. That's cool, Jay. I'm glad that you know about this stuff. I mean, I only know about it because the guy lives in Nottingham, and I became friends with him. I think I became friends with him maybe through Gion, the dubstep producer, Kamal, because they were connected. Because Kamal used to be an IDM producer, so there was that the clever music brigade, the intellectual music brigade, you know.
Everybody seems to want to find the thing that's always in the back of our mind. Very few of us have one of each kind. Cox and friends.
The lyrics are amazing. Very few of us have of both of each kind. Cocks and fannies. Yeah, so they were all connected to Spy Music.
Cox and friends.
Probably Aphex Twin as well. I'm sure they probably knew Aphex. You know, it was a small scene. This kind of like clever block weekend kind of clever music. You know. I wasn't clever enough to be involved. I was out dancing with the proles to like drum and bass.
To find the thing that's always in the back of our mind. Very few of us have one of each kind. Cox and friends.
Yes, Ali. Preset house. But I did it with style and panache. Come on.
Everybody seems to want to find the thing that's always in the back of our mind. Very few of us have one of each kind. Cox and friends. Everybody seems to want to find the thing that's always in the back of our mind. Very few of us have one of each kind. Cox and friends.
I get the impression that they might have been a little bit sexually frustrated, these guys. I don't know. It sounds like it's incel house, isn't it? You know what I mean? I'm sure he enjoyed playing with gear, Ali. We all did. I actually made a track with Matt when it never got released, you know, just messing around at his house. But I remember it sounding alright. It was like really tribal, so I just sort of went Africa on one part of the track, and it worked really well. This is amazing.
Irish maiden fire when Paddy's bow coming in Killarney once again. The bells they are ringing. Well,
what's the next big genre then? Pastiche.
Full of gristle.
Just got to think of some pun with pastiche.
On the roads and Tom and Cadden Piddle.
I quite like incel techno or incel house or something. Programmer incel house. Shouts to the Facebook crew. It's gone down to 3 people. I don't think they can handle it. Big shouts to the 3 people who've stuck with me on Facebook. Yo! I forgot about this one. This is wicked, this one. It's called Marauding. I think I've got some of these on digital, or maybe I had a CD. I think he gave me a CD. I need to search my CDs. But I have more, but digitally, so... It's annoying that, you know, when you used to DJ with CDs. And you've lost them because you don't DJ with CDs anymore. I like that bit. Incel house, an outrage disco. I wanted to do something like passive aggressive house and victim. No, that was what was it? Victim house and passive aggressive disco. That's what I wanted to do. I thought it might trigger it. What about triggered triggered house? Yeah, man. J Call for the rewind. Telling you, spandex is massively underrated, I would say. It's proper. Yeah, this bit. I'll put it on again, but it's genius. Check this bit out. So sick what he does. This is Marauding by Spandex on his label, which is called Hand on the Plow. I bet you can probably get this for about 50p, because he's not one of those kind of underground hero guys that, yeah, underrated. I'd love to get Matt out of retirement, but I reckon he's doing things like playing acoustic guitar down the local Polish centre and for his, his bohemian friends, He's also a dad now. He's got a daughter, Parker. So, things have changed. Yeah, I mean, I'd love to do something with... it would be cool to do something with, him playing. The Other Side I played a lot. Really, I'll stick it on. The Other Side's wicked. But I love this very Peppy Braddock-esque, that. Same technique, actually. I never thought about that. That's the only other person I've heard do this technique. Which is where you alter the rate of the loop. So that the end point, and you basically move the length of the loop. But hold the key down. So yeah, I think I played this one at the Nash party as well, Ali. This is the one I always play off this track, off this record. Big banger this. £71p on Discord. What a crime! Come on. Do you know what? I'd love to do a compilation. You know, license some stuff. I've got so many bullets that I know from the past. You know, maybe I should do it. I guess I could do digi compilations maybe if I can't do vinyl, because I'm not sure if my distributor would pay for me to do a vinyl compilation. I don't know. Maybe I should ask. Thinking I might just buy, if it wasn't for the postage, I might just buy everything on the label, but the postage would be pretty bad unless they're from different people, from the same person, wouldn't it? Like paying about 40 quid in postage for some £1 records would be a bit painful. Yeah, I agree, Jack. Good. That's a good appraisal. But more all over the place than Akifen. Akifen was a bit more straight, I think. I like the fact that Matt can just write, you know, a new bit every 2 minutes on the tune. label's called Hand on the Plough, Jay. I don't know if they're on Bandcamp. Maybe. You can get them digitally though, the tracks. Shouts to Zoota. Hello, sir. Thank you, Andy. It's a shame about my hair. I've got like a lockdown haircut now, so I think I'm going to have to grow it. I kind of don't really want to go back to the skinhead in some ways. I want to try and celebrate my little bit of hair before it fully goes. Yeah, this one. Continuing the wonk. Okay, so I'm going to put one more on, folks, and I'm going to call it a day because I promised Mai that I would watch something with her when we were sitting in bed before we go to sleep. I was moaning at her earlier, oh, we never do any couple time, you know, we're always just working, and then, of course, after dinner I just disappear upstairs and do a bloody radio show, so bad me. So yeah, I'm going to stick one more on and then I'm going to call it a night. But big shouts to everyone who's tuned in. It's been awesome. And I've enjoyed this. This has probably been my most successful nighttime show. Sometimes it can be a bit of a damp squib, but it seems like today it was a nice bunch of people listening. I did go on a bit of a rant earlier, but you know, thanks a lot to everyone who tuned in. closing out with some Peppy Braddock, the master. Check this out, some proper beats. Name rings a bell, Jay, but I don't think so. You're always telling me some new stuff. Send me a list, please. No worries, Jet. Big thanks for tuning in. Great to have you on board. Don't forget, folks, if you want to subscribe on Twitch, if you have an Amazon Prime account, you can subscribe to one person on Twitch for free. Means I get a little bit of cash to go towards my future children's college education. So yeah. And follow me on Twitch as well if you can. Then you get a notification. And it means any new listeners look and they go, oh my god, he's got so many followers. Wow, amazing. I'll sign up right now. Big shouts to everyone who's tuned in. Berman Sermon with me, Red Rackham.